Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Logan for those who are new, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some tips that I have for incoming freshmen coming into high school, coming from a junior. Well, I'm going into junior year, and this is just kind of advice that I would have benefited from if I were sent back to my freshman year. And high school has put me through a lot, and you change a lot over the years, and I've especially become a whole different person than I was in grade 8. I hope that this video comes across as like older brother advice, so I recommend just sitting down, grabbing a drink, food, whatever, relaxing. Anyways, so let's get into the video. Everybody coming into freshman year usually is really nervous. I remember how nervous I was during the summer, especially the few days leading up to my first day at school. I was nervous. I didn't know what to expect. It was a whole new school. I came from a really small school to obviously a high school, which had more floors, like 2 floors, 3 floors, right? And I just was really nervous. I didn't really have anyone to talk to. I didn't really watch any of these types of videos. And that leads me to my first tip. Go to orientation day. And the thing is, I thought it was silly, but orientation day, a lot of my friends went, and orientation day really helps you figure out, the layout of your school. You'll get your courses, your classes, and you'll be able to plan out where you need to go during the school day. So basically, your first day of school will go a lot smoother, and you'll be way less nervous because orientation day, you'll be surrounded by a bunch of people your age. You'll be able to make friends right away, and it just takes off that pressure, that stress that comes with the first day. Now, if you aren't nervous, and let's say you have an older brother, older sister that goes to that high school, or you're just, not nervous, then don't go to orientation day. But if you are feeling a little nervous, I'd highly recommend it. And it does suck because it's like another day of school, but I still recommend it. Now, regarding making new friends and just the people at high school, to be honest, you're gonna keep a lot to some of the friends you have in middle school and grade 8, but you're gonna lose a lot, and you're gonna notice that a lot of your friends will branch out, find new friends, and don't limit yourself to the friends you made in middle school. High school is all about growth and development, so I would really try to expand your inner circle, especially on the first day and the first few weeks. Freshman year is all about trial and error. You're not really limited to anything. It's your first year in that high school. Really just try things out, And with friends, make every class you go to, every class you have, try to make as many friends as possible, and just don't limit yourself to one type of friend group. Just try to make, I'm not the best because I'm a little bit of an introvert, so I kind of eventually, once I found my friend group, I kind of stick with them. Friends is what makes high school just high school. If you didn't have new friends, if you didn't make new friends or meet new people who had different perspective and bring different things to the table, then you're gonna be a lot less off balanced, and it's gonna be a lot less fun. Now, just letting you know, high school can get really boring very quickly. My recommendation to combat this is to join a bunch of clubs. If you are an active or athletic person, join a bunch of sports teams, because that is your literal gateway to having fun, making friends, and making more connections. And I'm not even joking, because, for example, I'll give you guys an example. I am a athletic person, and so I joined a bunch of sports teams in my freshman year. And I've continued to join those teams, and I've joined new teams in my sophomore year, and I'm going to continue to do that throughout, the rest of high school. And the sports teams, I was able to connect with people who had similar interests of mine. Regarding like bullies or the fear of the older kids judging you, that doesn't really happen. Most people aren't going to care about the freshmen. Like, I know last year, sophomore year, I didn't care about any of the freshmen coming in. It's not like people are going to go out purposely out of their way and bully you. Everybody's caught up in their own drama, their own lives. You're not going to get bullied. In most cases, you're not going to get bullied, so I would not worry about that. It's just something out of movies in general that you see all the bullying and all that stuff. but that's really not going to happen like it does in the movies. You're not going to get shoved into a locker. Regarding things like your grades, they still do matter in freshman year, and they matter way more than they did in elementary because it is still high school. But your most important year is probably junior and senior year regarding grades for university and colleges. But freshman year is still important, and it sets up your blueprint, your path for the future years. And if you're getting good grades in freshman year, then it's going to be a lot easier to carry over those habits and those grades into the future years. And in some cases, universities and colleges will look at your entire track record of high school, at your GPA and your grades, if they need to. So it's important to still try in freshman year, but also to do, experiment and not be like really stressed about the grades because it is still grade 9. But each year, just think that like the amount your grades matter progresses and progresses and progresses. And it's easier to recover if you have good grades, and don't worry about looking like a nerd, because you won't be perceived as a nerd if you're getting good grades. Like, just don't be the guy that shows off their grades and just is cocky about it, and just don't be that guy. You don't have to be. Just be chill about it, be humble. You don't even have to talk about your grades. You can talk about sports, you can talk about clubs, you can talk about anything else other than school, because no one really wants to talk about school unless it is like they have to, type of thing, right? Now, regarding like dating, girls, guys, whatever, I know a lot of people that waited for high school to start dating people, and I didn't do that. I was dating people in like grade 7, grade 8, and even going into grade 9, I was in a relationship. I recommend definitely experimenting with, if there's a girl or a guy or whatever you like, it's totally fine to date them. And high school, like, you're open to a lot more people. Your social life's gonna change completely, and being in a relationship is not a bad thing. I know a lot of people and a lot of teachers actually kind of harp on it and say it's a bad thing, but I honestly believe being in a relationship can definitely be like your superpower, and you guys can help each other out, and it's just a lot of fun. Don't go into high school thinking, I'm gonna get a boyfriend, I'm gonna get a girlfriend, whatever. Don't force anything, but definitely keep your mind open to having a relationship or just dating people and experimenting, and just having fun. But a relationship can definitely be in your favor as long as it's not taking away a lot from school or personal life. Just a healthy relationship never hurt anyone, right? And that kind of segues a little bit into parties, because at parties you meet people and you could meet your girlfriend, your future girlfriend or boyfriend. Obviously grade 9 year, like, that's when you start getting invited to parties, because that doesn't really happen a lot in elementary school. It starts to happen more in high school, especially as you get older. Go to parties, have fun, but also be mindful, and don't go every week, every weekend. Don't go to parties all the time. Be smart. Keep school in mind, keep sports in mind, just be smart about it. I think there's definitely a work-life play balance, or whatever it's called. Have that balance, have fun, but also remember to work. Keep responsibilities in mind, because you do have them. So as long as you're not slipping, then go to parties and have fun. Go with your friends. You're going to meet a lot of new people. You're going to have a good time most of the time. I would recommend always going with a friend, just having a backup. And you guys could just leave, or at least have, if you don't know anyone there, go with a few friends, because at least you guys are going to have each other. So that's like a little tip. But yeah. And that finally leads me to my last thing, and that's just dealing with bad friends, right? You're going to meet a lot of people in high school, but there's going to be people that aren't the best for you. Whether they're just not really your friends, they talk behind your back, spread rumors about you, or if they're just bad for you in general. Like, let's say they are a good friend, right? But they do things that aren't good for you, and you know that, or you find yourself picking up bad habits because of them, right? And with that, you don't necessarily have to cut them off completely, but limit yourself to how much or how often you see them. Or if you are a strong-minded person, you won't slip into any bad habits, maybe it's okay to be friends with them if they are a good friend, And if you know that whatever you need, they will be there for you, because that's a true friend, right? Have a few true friends, and keep them close by, because they are hard to find. With people that treat you horribly all the time, or go behind your back, treat you like they're nice to your face, but then go behind your back, cut them off. Cut them off completely. Now, there's many ways you can do that. Don't be overly harsh about it. You can always have a talk with them, share your opinions, share how you're feeling, and just have that deep conversation with them and see if they change. But if they don't, cut them off, because again, you have to protect your peace. It's going to ruin your mental health, and you're going to get hurt, and you're going to be way better off having them out of your life. So don't keep negative people around you, because then you're just going to attract negativity. And there's a saying that you're the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and that is completely true. So if you're hanging out with a bunch of people that are rude to you and hurt you all the time and are bad for you, then you're going to become that type of person, or your mental health is going to deteriorate so much and you're going to just break, and it's going to be a horrible, horrible high school experience, especially freshman year when you're meeting all these new people. You don't really know who they are, what to expect from them, and you're definitely going to encounter people that aren't good for you, or that are just not the best people for you. Not to say they're bad people, but not the best for you. Anyways, this video could go on for literally hours, right? But I am going to cut it off here. You know, let me know if you guys would like a part 2, because I have a lot more to say, but I don't want to have this video become overly long. And yeah, for all those people coming into freshman year, it's really not that bad. I know I kind of made it seem bad, or like there's a lot. And it is a lot. It's a big change, but you know, go in it feeling confident. Just get ready, be prepared the day before. Just confident. You know, watch a bunch of first day videos. I know I did that. I enjoyed watching those. But yeah, find friends. You know, make a lot of new friends. Just listen to the advice I gave you, and you're gonna be totally fine. You know, high school is a ton of fun. It's way better than elementary, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. Don't worry about it. Your first day is going to be probably a little bit scary no matter what, but moving forward, you're going to realize that there was nothing to worry about. Don't be worried, guys. Good luck to all the newcoming freshmen out there. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great school year. If I was able to help you or make you feel any better, please subscribe and hit that like button. Comment your thoughts down below, or if you have any advice, because I'm sure people will appreciate that. And if you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll answer any of them, especially if they're regarding, you know, freshman year. So yeah, peace.